super chat, my bro. The next super chat here says, Aubameyang is getting zero service. He's an elite goal scorer, but offers little else if he is not in a creative team. But my question to that would be then, man was one of the top goal scorers in the league last year. So Arsenal haven't got rid of anybody. They've brought Willian in. I know he wasn't playing today, but Willian's come in. They've kept Ceballos. You know, it's the second season for Saka. It's not like you've lost your creative spark from last year. Is it because you've just become more pragmatic? That would be the question to Gunners. But I want to speak Lacazette for a minute here, because this guy, okay, he scored a goal tonight that was disallowed for offside by VAR. That's a contentious decision. However, he missed one of the easiest chances of the season this year by mistiming ahead.
He's the biggest fraud in football.
I was about to ask, how bad, Cam, do you think Lacazette is? And then we're going to go to the rivals afterwards. Cam, how bad is Lacazette for Arsenal?
Listen, when he first came to the club, I was actually gassed. Like, my man was in my FIFA team from FIFA 13, innit? So
hey,
I was gassed.
Yeah.
So when he came, I was like, yo, he's what? But this guy has not done. He's only just got to 50 goals, isn't it? And I'm sorry, if you're meant to be a top striker, how everyone's making you out to be, you should have done that 50 goals way time ago. For me, I can't even say it's a confidence thing anymore, man, because that's 3 years. That's 3 years of talking about his confidence. It's like, come on now, if it's still a confidence thing, just leave the club. It's just one of them.
I hear you on that. I'm going to go to Jem on this one. What's wrong with Lacazette? Is it confidence? Is it he isn't good enough? You know, and if he isn't good enough, why is he still at Arsenal?
I don't really understand why he's still at Arsenal. I don't really understand why he leads your line, because for me, you've got Aubameyang, who, if you didn't have last season scoring all them goals, you probably would have ended up finishing 12th or 13th. Like, why have you got a player that is not consistent, is shown that he's not consistent, and is struggling with form, playing and leading your line? It just doesn't make any sense. And I don't know whether that's a system thing, if that's the players around him, if it's the manager. I don't know. It's a tough one.
I think it's a system thing, because what you have to realize is Lacazette drops so deep to let Aubameyang fill that space on the left-hand side when he usually plays on the left. And it does help. A lot of Aubameyang's goals were initially created from Lacazette dropping deep, allowing Aubameyang to come in as an inside forward and fill that space in that gap. So it makes sense as a system-wise, and also they contribute each other. They help each other out, because Aubameyang does not have the hold-up play and the touches that Lacazette has, and Lacazette does not have the finishing ability that Aubameyang has. So at times you'll see Lacazette being a creator, helping out, build up the attack, and almost playing as a number 10, dropping deeper for the Arsenal team. And defensively, you'll see Aubameyang on that left offers us more defensively and attacking wise with the balls over the top.
The main issue is it's not good though. He's not good at doing that.
No, he's not.
Say it again.
Do you know what the problem is? Is the wrong pressure. So he's supposed to be the main guy up top, right? I know you've got Aubameyang, but he's got the pressure of having to be that main guy, but he hasn't got the pressure of somebody else in the number 9 that he can compete with. So he's got the wrong pressure constantly. Like, if you have another striker in there, you probably see him in better
form. When you look at Arsenal, though, I mean, just look at their results. They've got 8 goals in the league this season, which, okay, it's not terrible, but it isn't great. 3 of them came against Fulham, who are the worst team in the league on the opening day of the season. So nearly 50% of your goals came 6 games ago. Since then, by the way, 2 versus West Ham. So you had 5 of your 8 goals in your first 2 games. Since then, 1 against Arsenal, which was a terrible, terrible mistake by Robertson that let you in. Okay, you then went and got 2 against Sheffield United, who have been in bad form. And then the last 2 games, when you've gone up against decent quality teams, it's not that you haven't scored. And against Man City, you barely laid a glove on them. Tonight, barring Lacazette's dreadful miss in that second half at home, you barely laid a glove on them at all. That has to be a concern for you, that you're not creating in this system, and you're not that's 2 games on the bounce now that you've been defeated in. It's 3 defeats in your last 4 games as well. Like there was this weird talk a few weeks ago that you sussed Klopp, you'd done this, you were on the way back. I heard guys on the Arsenal podcast, by the way, that's on tomorrow night, 9 p.m, talking about winning the league and coming in the top 2 or 3.
Oh my God!
Let's be honest. We win today. If we
Hey, point these Arsenal fans out, please. Point these
if we would
Arsenal
have won
fans out.
today, we would have been 12. We would have had 12 points. We would have been 4th. It would have helped us push on for the next game. Losing this game. No. 1 second. Losing this game, it hurts a lot. But at the end of the day, it's still early in the season. There's still a lot of time. You can't write off anybody at this point. So when you say the whole season in a grand scheme of things, yes, we haven't been great yet, and we haven't switched it on. But even Manchester United last season, you switched it on late, and you're able to get.
I'm sorry. Yes, until we switched it on, we criticized what was wrong with this. What you're doing is living. It's like you're living in hope, bro. It's like, could happen. It could happen. It may happen. It can. It might come. It might come. There's no proof. Over these last 4 or 5 games, which is more than 50% of your season, that it's happening. You've only won. You've played 10 games this season, maybe 11 games. I've got in all comps. In terms of in the 90 minutes, you've won half of them. That's 50%. That isn't good enough, bro. Like we've got managers.
Not good enough for a top 6 team.
Chelsea's awful. 33% this season win ratio so far across all comps. Awful. But you've got like other top clubs like Man United being criticized at 62%. Arsenal fans are talking about winning the league at 50%. It's just delusional. It is truly, truly delusional. It really, really is.
And we have to. And the other thing as well, quickly, is we have to criticize Arteta. Like this, after this game, I think you have to look at him because I don't think you guys have a plan B. Like if it doesn't work, you don't have a plan B. You're in trouble. Once you get found out, Arteta doesn't seem to have the tools to be able to change.
We've already been found out.
The next 5 games in the Premier League. The next 5 games are going to be interesting. You have Man United. Go on, Miguel. Go on. We'll come to you.
He has too much faith in the players in the starting 11 that he picks. When he picks a starting 11, he does not want to make a substitution because he doesn't want that player to think he lost faith in him. It's almost like he spoke about it during the Chelsea game when we went down to 10 men. He didn't want to make a substitution right away because he didn't want to show the players that he was almost giving up on the game by making defensive substitutions. So he let them play the way they were playing, and it works sometimes. But recently, what we've been seeing from him, he's almost like Arsene Wenger now, where he doesn't make a substitution until the 60th minute. And that is something we need to start criticizing. But at the same time, I feel like some fans are going too far with the criticism. And they're almost like you have to eventually you got to give somebody a chance. Because I feel like some people are saying we're going to criticize every single manager unless someone comes in and does a Conte and wins the league in the first season. That's not realistic.
It's not about criticizing. It's about being kind of relax with things. Like some people have been over the top with their praise and their excitement. And when you guys won the FA Cup, what did I say to you? I said, I'm so excited that you guys have won the FA Cup because it means you guys are going to go to new lengths to kind of get excited about this. Now you've got people out there like Lee Gunner that are consistently attacked for being negative, where all he's saying is, I've seen nothing to suggest that Arsenal are going to get back to the highest level under Mikel Arteta, and that's what it's all about. You've done it, Igal. You've sat here and like there might be 1 or 2 really good passes in a game from Tobias, and you're like, yes, he told you, look at that quality, and it's like it's 1 good pass in the game. It's not. That isn't what Arsenal standards should be. When I look at